Have you ever been caught off guard by life after 80? It can feel like a curveball, even for the strongest, most independent among us. In this video, we're uncovering 5 surprising, even harsh realities that no one escapes once they hit 80. And no, we're not talking about the usual physical changes or the numbers on your medical chart. These are the deeper shifts, the subtle ways people start treating you differently, how time seems to slip away faster, and how your own memories begin to whisper truths you never noticed before. Some of these might already feel familiar, though you couldn't quite put them into words. Others, they might shock you. But here's the thing, they all shape how we experience aging. Stick with us until the end, because while these changes may sound tough, understanding them can bring peace, purpose, and even strength. The power of recognizing what you're going through is huge. It's the first step to feeling less alone and more in control. Let's dive in. Number 1, the shrinking world of social connection. After 80, something subtle starts to happen. Your social world begins to shrink. It's not that you don't get the occasional call or visit. It's just that things change. The frequency drops, and so does the feeling. What once was a steady rhythm of friendship and connection can start to feel scattered, even fragile. Friends move away, fall ill, or sadly pass on. Family members get busy with their own lives, and before you know it, silence fills more of your day than conversation. This isn't about being bitter. It's about facing the truth. After 80, many don't talk about the challenge of keeping relationships strong. You may notice fewer invitations, visits that come less often. Even if you're not someone who craves constant company, the quiet can be louder than you ever expected. You might find yourself reminiscing more, not just out of nostalgia, but because you need to keep those precious connections alive in your heart. The laughter, the simple routines, those everyday moments now feel like treasures. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling this way. It's not weakness, nor is it loneliness in the usual sense. It's simply the quiet shift that nearly everyone faces, yet no one prepares you for. This is why staying emotionally connected, whether to yourself, your story, or just one or two special people, becomes more important than ever. When the crowd fades, the depth of a few true connections is all that matters. And that is priceless. Number 2, how small health problems become big ones. Here's something that often catches people by surprise in their 80s. Those little health issues. They don't stay little anymore. A cold that used to be gone in a couple of days now lingers. A bruise that would fade in a week takes weeks to heal. A small stumble that once would have been forgotten by lunchtime can now lead to days or even weeks of recovery, physical therapy, or worse, surgery. It's not just that the body slows down, it's that your body's ability to bounce back becomes much more unpredictable. The margin for error gets tighter, and suddenly, things you never thought twice about, like forgetting to drink enough water or missing a meal, can throw everything off. You might still feel strong, and in many ways you are. But that quiet resilience you once relied on, it's no longer working behind the scenes like it did when you were younger. What was once automatic now needs your attention, your care, your patience. And here's the thing. This change isn't something many talk about. Your friends, family, even your doctor might brush it off as just part of getting older. But deep down, you know the difference. You feel how recovery takes longer, how your energy doesn't bounce back like it used to. The real challenge here isn't just physical, it's mental. There's a frustration that comes with it, a feeling that your body isn't on your side anymore. If you've always prided yourself on being tough, active, or independent, this shift can feel like a betrayal. But here's the truth. That awareness is actually your power. When you start tuning in to how your body responds, you can adjust. You can slow down without giving up. You can listen to what you need. More rest, more hydration, more grace for yourself. This stage of life isn't about proving anything. It's about protecting the strength you still have and not taking it for granted. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is simply let yourself heal fully. If you're still with us and finding this insight helpful, please comment number 2 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, Now's the time. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Let's keep going. Number 3, the quiet loss of visibility in social spaces. One of the most unsettling changes that comes with turning 80 is how easily people start to overlook you. Not out of malice, but because of a quiet cultural shift no one talks about. You walk into a room, and the energy just doesn't shift the way it used to. You speak, and sometimes people talk right over you. Not because they mean to, but because they assume you're done. You may find yourself repeating things, waiting longer to be heard, or feeling like you're fading into the background, even among family. This isn't just about being ignored. It's the subtle erosion of your presence in a world that's moving faster and placing more value on youth than ever before. And it's something very few prepare you for. It can feel like the world sees your age before it sees you. Like your stories, your thoughts, your wisdom, everything you've gathered over the years are somehow discounted, even when they hold more truth than ever. You've lived, loved, and lost, and yet, there are moments when your presence feels muted. This can stir up sadness, frustration, even a quiet grief. But here's the key. This shift isn't about you. It's a reflection of a culture that forgets to listen to its elders. You are not invisible. Your voice still carries weight. The world may not always notice you first, but the ones who take the time to really see you, who sit with your stories, your humor, your memories, those are the ones who matter. They're listening, even if it takes them a little longer to lean in. So don't retreat. Don't let silence define you. Share what you've seen, what you've survived, and what you've learned. Be the quiet force that reminds others what dignity, depth, and endurance truly look like. You may not always be the loudest in the room, but you are the most seasoned, and that carries more power than most people realize. Number 4, the narrowing of your daily life. One of the hardest parts of aging after 80 isn't just what happens inside your body, it's what quietly disappears from the outside. Your world, once vibrant and filled with familiar faces and places, starts to feel smaller. Not all at once, but little by little. You may find yourself going out less, not because you don't want to, but because everything feels farther, harder, or just more tiring. Friends who used to drop by move away, get ill, or pass on. Neighbors change. Favorite restaurants close. Your world doesn't collapse, it gently contracts. And with that shift comes an emotional weight. At first, the loneliness feels like background noise, just a little extra quiet here and there. But over time, it gets heavier, even for the most independent souls. There's something disorienting about watching the familiar slowly fade out of reach. But here's the truth. That feeling of loss isn't a sign of weakness, it's grief. It's the natural sadness that comes with watching chapters close. It doesn't mean you've given up. It means you've loved and you've cared. But here's where the power lies. Even as the old world shrinks, a new one can still grow. That growth might not come from travel or big adventures. It might come from a deeper conversation, from forming a new friendship, or from sharing your stories in ways you never have before. The world doesn't have to be wide to be meaningful. It just needs to be alive. So pick up the phone and call that friend, even if they're far away. Join that book group, even if it's online. Take a short walk, even if it's just around the block. Your world may look different, but it's not over. It's evolving. And there's still plenty of space for joy, laughter, and connection. If you're still with us and finding this valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue creating content that can inform and inspire. Let's keep moving forward. Number 5, the unpredictability of your own body. After 80, your body starts sending mixed signals, often at the worst times. One morning you wake up feeling clear-headed, steady on your feet, strong enough to take on the world. The next you're slower, foggier, unsure why your knees won't cooperate or why your hands can't quite grip that coffee mug like they used to. What makes this so frustrating isn't just the physical inconvenience, it's the sense of betrayal. You've trusted your body your whole life. Now it keeps changing the rules on you without any notice or explanation. You might plan a walk one day, only to be hit with a wave of fatigue you didn't see coming. You bend down to tie a shoelace, and suddenly, standing back up takes a little longer than before. Maybe you're surprised by dizziness, stiffness, or a strange numbness that comes and goes like a passing storm. Here's the part no one really talks about. This unpredictability chips away not just at your mobility, but at your confidence. Suddenly, you find yourself hesitating before going out. Not because you can't, but because you're unsure what your body might do next. That uncertainty can make you feel smaller, more fragile, even hesitant in situations where you used to feel completely in control. But here's the truth. Your body may no longer be predictable, but your response to it can be. Flexibility becomes your new strength. Adaptability becomes your shield. You start to prepare, to pace yourself, and to give yourself grace without giving up. You begin to listen more closely to your body. Rest when needed, stretch, and talk to your doctor. Not just when something's wrong, but to understand how to stay a step ahead. Because knowledge, even in the face of unpredictability, gives you power. So no, your body might not be as dependable as it once was, but you, in all your wisdom and awareness, are still very much in charge. If you're still with us and finding this helpful, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue to create content that informs and inspires. Let's keep moving forward. Final thoughts. We've just walked through 5 harsh realities that often emerge after the age of 80, each one surprising in its own way, and each capable of quietly shifting how we experience the world. From the thinning of once close relationships to the physical unpredictability that sneaks in when we least expect it, these changes have a way of catching us off guard. But here's the truth. Acknowledging these shifts isn't about giving into decline. It's about stepping into your life with your eyes wide open so you can live it more fully, more wisely, and more freely. What stood out to you the most? Which of these 5 realities have you noticed in your own life, or maybe in someone close to you? We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one insight you've taken away from today's video and how you plan to respond to it, whether it's letting go of guilt, reconnecting with someone you've drifted from, or simply being kinder to your body. Your story might just be the one that encourages someone else. Because in the end, aging doesn't mean losing value. It means gaining depth. And by facing these truths together, we strengthen not only ourselves, but each other. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.